for us to live in the UK, it cost us about £810 every month. Hey, let's talk about food next. You know, the food in Thailand is pretty amazing. When we go out as a family, so that's 2 adults and 1 child, we would pay around 600 baht for a meal in a half decent restaurant. I'm going to show you, the complex where we're living. So it's pretty green here. There's kind of a little park area there. I think it'll be around 20% cheaper. Like, we did a shopping in Tesco Lotus. My last video, I went through the reasons why we were leaving the UK as an expat, and in this video I'm going to go through a comparison of living in the UK compared to Thailand, how much it costs, how much money you can save by living here, and also give you some useful tips, you know, if you are considering moving abroad from UK, Australia, USA, Canada, wherever you're living in the Western world. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about the job situation. So basically, when you're moving abroad from your home country, you've got 2 options with regards to getting a job. You can either get one arranged before you leave, or you can get one when you arrive. And I mean, for me, as I've got family, I felt more secure in getting a job whilst I was still in the UK, so I knew exactly what I was getting into when I came over here. You know, it gives you a little bit more security financially wise, I guess. But you know, if you're single or you're just a couple with no kids, I think it is very easy and very feasible just to jump on a plane, get over here and find work when you're in Bangkok or wherever you're going to in Thailand. I can only speak of working in Bangkok because that's been my experience, and I know there's loads of opportunities here. Not so much in the positions which Thai people do, so you know, like kind of the service industry, possibly the lower paid jobs, but you know, more the corporate sector, education, those kind of things. There's loads of different jobs here for foreigners. So it's very flexible in that respect. Okay, so secondly, I want to talk about shipping. Yeah, you're probably wondering, so what am I going to do with all the stuff I've got back home in my home country? How am I going to get it over to the place I'm going to live in Thailand? Well, for us, that was actually not a too difficult process. We found a shipping company called 7 Seas. It was recommended to us, and so far our experience with them has been really good. I'll put a link in the description for 7 Seas. I'm not getting any affiliate commission for that. But yeah, we paid, I think it was £570 to ship 8 really big boxes over to Thailand. It's shipped by sea, so that takes about 3 months, I think, 70 to 90 days. And yeah, for £570, that's a really, really decent price. What the process is, they will give you the boxes. They'll send the boxes to your home address in the UK or wherever you're living. Then you can pack it yourself, or you can pay a little bit more for them to package it for you. And then they come and collect it a week later. It's really simple, it's really easy. You can see the interface. They explain all the documentation you need, all the things you can't bring, or all the things that if you do bring, you'll get taxed on them. So yeah, I'd highly recommend using 7 Seas for shipping. So one of the big reasons that we decided to move abroad, check out my other video, moving abroad as an expat or leaving the UK as an expat. It's gaining quite a lot of views at the moment, was the cost of living, the high cost of living in the UK. And I'm sure wherever you're living, be it Western Europe, America, Australia, Canada, the cost of living is going up, and it's pretty high compared to this part of the world. So I just crunched some of the numbers. I'll also put them on the screen for you guys to see, and I calculated that for us to live in the UK, it cost us about £810 every month. You know, that's paying the mortgage, council tax, service fees, all that kind of stuff. So that equates to around 35,870 baht. In Thailand, it's almost half of that. And we're staying in a really nice 2-bedroom condo with a huge swimming pool, a huge gym, a sauna. It's really nice. In fact, why don't I flip it around? I'm going to show you yeah, the complex where we're living. So it's pretty green here. There's kind of a little park area there, and we've got these buildings stretching all the way down there, and there's a swimming pool. So yeah, if we would stay here, which hopefully we will do for the long run, it would cost us £451, and that's just for the rent and the energy bills. So you know, that's almost half of what we're paying in the UK. And it just doesn't, you just can't compare it. The quality of life here is so much better. You know, we can relax by the pool, we can go to the gym, we don't have to pay extra for the gym. It's not busy, it's really quiet. It has a free shuttle bus that goes to a big supermarket nearby, or you can actually walk. So yeah, so all in all, it's a very good deal in comparison. Right, let's talk about food next. You know, the food in Thailand is pretty amazing. When we go out as a family, so that's 2 adults and 1 child, we would pay around 600 baht for a meal in a half decent restaurant. Not like a super high-end restaurant, but you know, decent food, whether that be a Thai restaurant, Japanese, Korean. Western food might be a little bit more expensive, but yeah, it's very reasonably priced. If we were to buy street food, it would be, you know, less than half of that. It would be very, very reasonable. Oh, and they're doing some nice, loud construction works over there, so my apologies for that. So yeah, around 600 baht for an average meal, so that equates to about £13.50. In the UK, yeah, if we were to go out, you know, 2 adults and 1 child, it would be at least £35, £40 for kind of a half decent restaurant, unless we went to a Wetherspoons, and it would be around £25. So again, you know, it's, well, more than 50% cheaper to eat out here than it is in the UK. So it's just a no-brainer. Like, all in all, the cost of living here is so much cheaper, quite often by 50%. Okay guys, so unfortunately I've had to come inside because it was just too damn hot outside. Yeah, it's actually the middle of the day and it's sunny, so yeah, that was my bad. So I'm not going to rub it in, but yes, around 35 degrees here, bright sunshine, and we're going to hit the pool after I finish filming here. So on the topic of food, yeah, I was talking about, you know, if you go out to eat in a restaurant, it's much more reasonably priced here. But also supermarkets, they are not so much cheaper than the ones back home in the UK. I think it'll be around 20% cheaper. Like, we did a shopping in Tesco Lotus, and if you really want kind of international products, you might have to shop in a supermarket such as Tops or Foodland, and then the prices there are kind of comparable to ones back home or probably back in the USA. So on that count, yeah, it's not so much cheaper in terms of the cost of living here. But you know, it's the same in any country. Some things are going to be cheaper, some things are going to be, yeah, almost the same, if not more expensive. So then lastly, I wanted to talk about schools. So if you have children and you're thinking of moving abroad to Thailand, what are your options? Basically, you've got kind of 3 options, I would say. You can either send your kids to a local government school, a private school, or an international school. Now, it all depends on your budget and your preferences. Obviously, the best option would be to send them to an international school, but some of these are quite expensive. I think, yeah, the top international schools charge around 800,000 to 900,000 baht per year. I'll put a little currency conversion on the screen. The international school that we're sending our son is a British curriculum one, so you know, it ties into what he was studying at primary school, and it's, yeah, slightly more affordable, if that's the best way of putting it. It's around 700,000 baht per year, which is around £15,000. So it's cheaper than a private school in the UK, but yeah, still, yeah, not particularly cheap. However, if you can't afford that, there's also, yeah, many really good private schools. I think they're called like bilingual schools, so they have a Thai curriculum and an English program. And then there's also the option of, you know, sending your kids to a local government school or even homeschooling them. However, I would bear in mind, if you're thinking of sending them to a local government school, I think it would be essential, A, that they can speak Thai fluently, Otherwise, they're going to feel completely out of place. And it's worth bearing in mind that the Thai curriculum, in fact, the whole Thai education system will be very different to the one that they have back home, whether that be in the UK, Australia, USA, or Canada. So yeah, I think that's what I would say with regards to schooling here. Right, okay then, so in summary, I think we've covered all the main areas to bear in mind when you're moving abroad, covering the shipping fees, you know, the cost of accommodation here, the cost of food, schools. I haven't talked about healthcare because, yeah, you know, I haven't had much recent experience with that. But what I do remember from living in Thailand before is that healthcare, you could either go to like the bigger hospitals, which were like an equivalent of a private hospital back in the UK, and they were much cheaper and more efficient than the UK ones. Also, you got the local kind of doctors. You could literally just walk in there, get a doctor's appointment straight away. You had to pay for that, but it was a couple of $100 baht. So yeah, it was very efficient from what I remember. So yeah, so I hope that video was useful if you are thinking about moving abroad. Overall, I would say that the cost of living compared to the UK is around 40% lower here in Thailand. So, you know, you get way more bang for your buck. My salary is around the same as I was getting in the UK, so it goes 40% further than what it does here. So what does that mean? That means we can travel more. That means we can eat out more. That means we can buy stuff that we want. It's not all about the material possessions, because, you know, we have a much better quality of life as well. So yeah, so I hope that video was useful. Please comment below if you're an expat living in Thailand or Southeast Asia, or you're thinking of moving abroad, or if you've got any other questions that you would like to ask me about living in Thailand. Please make sure that you do like this video. That would be much appreciated, as it really helps the YouTube algorithm. And please, yes, do subscribe to my channel. Okay, guys. So yeah, as you can expect, there'll be plenty more of exciting videos from Thailand to bring you soon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.